Hello, everybody, and welcome to Many Face Plays and Queers and Spears. We are participating in a streamathon, raid-a-thon with Streamers Without Borders, run by Jess the Human and Chair TTRPGs. Thanks, Jess. Thank you, Chair TTRPGs. Thank you, Streamers Without Borders and Doctors Without Borders, for having us here. Many Face Plays and Queers and Spears are both phenomenal channels. Many Face Plays, we're a bunch of immersive role-playing enthusiasts who've come together to play and tell a story together. Queers and Spears is an all LGBTQIA plus led and casted collaborative storytelling group that uses TTRPGs to tell stories centered around acceptance, queer love, and strengthen community and prioritizing stories that may not be heard anywhere else. And we are so excited to have all of you here with us. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for joining us for this incredible cause. We're raising money for Doctors Without Borders with a focus on Palestinian aid, and you can engage with us directly by donating money. There are links in the chat that you are able to use to donate money for this organization in ways that impact gameplay directly. So you are able to give our fine folks here for $5, one marked condition being cleared from their sheet. For $10, a +1 bonus to their next roll, or a -2 penalty to the next roll if you feel like being nice to me. You can unleash a space hamster into the scene for $15. For $20, you can get somebody to answer a spot something out of place question, and or you can answer it yourself, and the information that you provide becomes new intel that is canon, or you can let me do it. For $25, you can trigger an automatic 10 plus. This is a 2d6 system. We're playing Pasion de las Pasiones right here, right? Highly recommend this game. It is a lot of fun. And it is a 2d6 system where you roll with questions. I'll explain what that means in a moment. For $25, you can embrace eternity, because this is a Mass Effect version of Pasion de las Pasiones that we're going to be playing. So you're going to be getting Mass Effect references all the way through. And an automatic 10 plus is a hard success, right? You get an automatic 10 plus between two characters of your choice if you donate at this level on one of the following. You can spot something out of place if you want to go with truth. With control, you can demand what you deserve. And with visions, you can reveal a shocking truth. So you can get that for $25. For $30, we have a Drell eidetic flashback. Does not have to be our Drell character, to be clear. You can trigger a flashback. You can provide the prompt for the flashback, e.g. the flashback when you kiss to the Vanguard, and then we'll do the rest. There are specific flashback mechanics in this game. For a $40 donation, you can trigger either a collector abduction or the Lazarus Project. Actually, I think both these things ended up being together. You can choose a character to face certain death through a collector abduction, because this takes place during the time of Mass Effect 2. So collectors are a thing. They will get abducted by a collector, face certain death, be recovered, and resurrected by Cerberus, clearing all marked conditions and taking an advancement. So not only are they going to be, facing certain death, they get to advance. Probably swap your question for another playbook question, but if the player prefers to do something else, they're going to be able to do that. And for $50, Galactic Fate, you can pick one of the following. Destroy. Trigger everyone's explosive meltdowns. Control. Everyone gets a 10 plus on demand what you deserve. Synthesize. Everyone gains the advancement. You gain a move from another playbook. So everybody here at the table, be thinking about what move from another playbook you might want to get. If somebody donates and chooses Synthesize, for those who do know Mass Effect, yes, those are the 3 paths that you get at the end of Mass Effect 3. So if you want to donate money for any of that for a good cause, you can do that. We also have polls up that you can use your donation dollars to cast a vote to impact the next time that we play this. What costume theme should our characters adopt the next time we play this? what dramatic twist should happen the next time we play this, and which Mass Effect character should appear the next time we play this are all in the polls. Again, this is all for a good cause. We're hoping that with our stream, we'll raise at least $100. But if we can beat that at every $50 increment, we have awesome things that will kick off in game on top of the donations that you're buying. Now, with all that having been said, and before we get into the game itself, I want you to meet the wonderful people here at the table with me. So I'm going to kick it first to Mike. Mike?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Michael, but thank you.
Michael. Yeah.
I am Michael, he, him, and yeah, hi. What else are we saying?
Your character name, your character
Right.
pronouns, and one place to find you, then you popcorn it to somebody.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm definitely awake. You can find me on the interwebs at Sub-Zero Jalapeno, and from there, other things. That's probably the easiest way to figure me out. And I am playing Steven Ramos using the El Caballero playset, and I'm definitely ready to go. Let's pop it to Adi.
Hello, people of the internet. I am Adi MK. I go by Fab, he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Silaran Timizir, an Asari matron who goes by she, her. And you can find me at Adi MK on Blue Sky, and yeah, looking forward to this. Embrace eternity indeed. I shall pop it over to Fallon.
Hi all, I'm Fallon. My pronouns are she, they. She, their, if we're friends. That's new. Interesting stuff to say. I will be playing, well, the playset is El Jefe. I suppose in my case it would be La Jefa. I am playing Kopriva Chaira, the Drell casino owner and vice president of Eclipse, I think. Anyways, one of the vice heads, not at the top of the organization. But you can't find me on social media. You can find me in the backwoods. If you look with innocence and the willingness to play at a table in your heart, you will find me. But other than that, I would like to pass it to my good friend Ezra.
Hello, I'm Ezra. You can find me everywhere on the internet at RatBoyGM. I will be playing Fusrami, Nartaslea today. He's fine and chillin' normal, and he uses he, him pronouns, and I use he, they pronouns, and I think that's all of the information everyone needs, other than I'm playing El Gemelo. And I will pass that on over to Derek.
I knew you were going to do that. Hello, everybody. I'm Derek. I use they, ze, and he pronouns. I will be playing Vicen Joel Voss Normandy, who uses he, they pronouns, and you can find me out on the interwebs at Derek Does RP, or Queers and Spears, where we are right now on YouTube. So, is everybody gone? I have to hand it back to Danny, right? Oh, I was last? Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. Danny, take it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I am Danny Mendoza, he, him, Danny R. Mendoza, everywhere things are found on the internet, but Blue Sky is a good place to follow me for TTRPG stuff. And I am your MC or Master of Ceremonies today for Pasion de las Pasiones from Magpie Games. Highly recommend this game to everybody. As you can see, the art for the physical copy is quite lovely. Brandon Leon Gambetta is the author of this game. It's really wonderful, and there is an expansion that Magpie is hopefully going to be releasing soon that we hope to do more games around. Here we're using the base playbooks for this, but we are using a custom playset that I wrote for the occasion called Corazón de Omega. I am Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite telenovela in the Citadel. It is, in fact, a Mass Effect playset that is custom built for these fine folks here, as well as for this game overall, specifically because our Gemelo here has an NPC that was developed for this as well, on top of the rest of the NPCs that are here, because their twin is an NPC. This game is, as I mentioned before, a 2d6 system where you roll with questions, which means you don't have traits as you do in a lot of other PBTA or Powered by the Apocalypse games. You are instead rolling with questions. So if you answer yes to a certain question, especially your playbook question, which is central to your archetype, you get a +1 for everything you answer yes to, with the exception of the conditions you take. When you take conditions in this game, and there are 4 specific conditions for each playbook, each of those conditions comes with a specific plus to a certain kind of move and minus to a certain kind of move. When you get 4 conditions together, you melt down, which means you basically throw a tantrum and make a big scene, and then you clear all of your conditions, which is lovely and wonderful. We want more of that in our telenovela life, because this is, in fact, a telenovela. This is not a telenovela-style story. This is specifically a telenovela that exists in the Mass Effect universe. So that is what you're going to be watching today. An episode, not the premiere, not the finale, but from the middle of the show. The show called Corazón de Omega. Originally an asteroid rich in element 0, Omega was cracked in half by a collision, exposing its trove of Ezo and creating a lawless haven for thieves, outlaws, and corporations. Today, Omega's jellyfish-like silhouette is a major hub of narcotics, weapons, and Ezo trafficking, without even a pretense of civilian government. The only order is violently enforced by rival mercenary groups, the Blue Suns, Blood Pack, and Eclipse, and the notorious Asari syndicate leader, Aria Talok. Broadcast from the heart of the Terminus system, Corazón de Omega is the Citadel's guiltiest pleasure. Set in 2185 CE, the show uses the backdrop of the missing human colonies and the plague ravaging Omega's slums to tell stories of burning betrayals and scandalous romances. Who sold their lover's family to the collectors to secure a monopoly on red sand? Who is risking the plague to rendezvous with their sworn enemy? On Omega, survival is a deadly struggle, but love is the true battlefield. Now 156 episodes into its run, Corazón de Omega has perfectly captured a unique blend of gritty Terminus systems crime drama and high-emotion melodrama, a combination that has dominated the extranet ratings. Originally focused on the ruthless, violent turf wars between the Blue Suns, Blood Pack, and Eclipse mercenaries, the show truly came into its own when it shifted focus to the scandalous, forbidden romances blooming in the neon-lit shadows of the Afterlife Club. Recently, the plot has been thrown into complete chaos. Human colonists are vanishing without a trace, and a deadly plague has quarantined the slums, upending the balance of power. Just last episode, audiences were left gasping at a massive cliffhanger. Aria Talok received a decrypted datapad from the Shadow Broker that caused her to drop her glass of expensive Asari wine in shock, while a mysterious figure wearing N7 armor was spotted watching the station from the shadows. And before we start, I do want another little sartorial side note. Death to Reapers. All right. So with all of that having been said, we're going to do a little bit more stage setting, folks, because when we do these games, we also teach these games because we want to encourage people to play these games, play more games that you're into, whether they're this or other things. We want to help make it accessible. Some of the people here have never played Pasión de las Pasiones before. Some of the people here aren't very familiar with Mass Effect. We're still going to find a way to make it awesome. And you're making it awesome because we got an anonymous $50 donation, everybody. We are halfway there, and we haven't even started properly playing.
Living on a prayer.
All right, so we've got 5 metagels, so it looks like 1 for each player, which means each of you are going to be able to clear 1 marked condition. You don't have any yet. You can bank that. You are going to also have, well, we have collectively, 1 Paragon Renegade Interrupt, which is the $10 level, which is a +1 bonus on a roll for you, or a -2 penalty. And the fun thing there is they didn't say which one. So you all get to try to convince me that it should be a +1 instead of a -2. Congrats on that.
Rude.
Hey, Danny, can I convince you?
I mean, in the moment.
Okay. Because I was about to be like, this is my second stream today. Can it just be a +1? I'm going to use that against you.
I will say this.
It's
the one.
Up 3.
I was going to say, it's the one time you're going to be able to use it this stream, if that's a deal. but I will say I will make it a +1. You can take it as a +1 as a group pool. It's one of you gets to do it once. So you decide who gets it.
I feel there's a bigger thing
Um,
I could use that reason for.
Well,
I mean, it's
I'll
up to
save that
you.
reason for a bigger thing.
Okay. There is a third thing that they bought, but I'm going to keep that as a surprise. Because it's usually more fun that way. But we are 50% of the way there. And to be super duper clear on this, because we are 50% of the way there, we actually have hit a milestone already where something cool happens. So
Cool for us,
who?
right? Cool for us, right?
I mean, who?
Cool for us, right?
That's a good. It is nondescript. You know what? You can hustle for that too, Derek, if you want. It could be cool for you. I will say, at $100, something awesome happens, and it's similar in $50 increments past that. So, do you want to hustle for something cool or something awesome? Think about it. This is an open offer, right? Whenever you want, you can cash in your chit on the fact that this is your second of 3 streams that you're going to be doing for this 24-hour streamathon. And we are, in all seriousness, deeply grateful, Derek, that you're doing that overall for what we're doing with the streamathon and for Doctors Without Borders. So thank you for that. Less seriously, choose wisely, Derek. Choose wisely where you want to spend that. You got one.
You know I always do, Danny.
All right.
I always choose wisely.
You do. Now, I'm going to want to get into some playset questions here because that is a part of building this out. A lot of the stuff, because you can pick this up and pick these playbooks and decide to play in the moment and play with very little prep. But because we have a fairly narrow window of play here and we're doing this live for you fine folks watching us, we did do a session 0 that not only went over safety things, but included a lot of specific work on character building, relationships, and whatnot. It is worth noting very quickly that when you go to any of these playbooks, the basic elements are you choose a name, you choose pronouns, you get 3 elements of your look. You have 2 relationships, usually with other player characters, but can also be with NPCs that you assign. You look over what your playbook question is. So for El Jefe, for example, it's are you taking control of the situation? Review your conditions. Look to see if you have any features. Select any moves that you're allowed to select from your playbook, which are distinct from the moves that everybody can access and distinct from the playset specific moves. And that's it. And then you're ready to play. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 basic moves in the entire game, and 3 specialty moves, plus the playset moves that we have here, which are another 3. So overall, we're looking at 14 moves plus the playbook moves that make up the entirety of what you can do in this game mechanically, and everything else you want to do just gets to happen at the level of the fiction, which is really wonderful. Digging in here to the playset questions per playbook, I'm going to ask La Belleza first. Who's playing our Belleza?
I am
Right.
Salaran Tamize.
Salarin, you have caught the eye of a ruthless leader from the Blood Pack or Blue Suns. What extravagant yet incredibly dangerous gift did they just send you? And I'm going to ask you answer this out loud, and then while other people are answering, please put your answer in our chat on Discord so it's easier for me to track.
Well, I did catch the attention of a Krogan battlemaster by the name of Chor Jorgal, who seems to think that he has a shot with me. And I have not had an opportunity to dissuade him of this notion because he's been very generous thus far, because he has gifted me with a small little thing called an M490 Blackstorm, which is a singularity gun.
That is incredible. I love that. Please do make sure you write that down because I need to track that NPC and their name and the gift. El Caballero. Who's our Caballero?
Hello.
Hey there. All right, so you came to Omega to protect an innocent soul trapped in the slums. Why do they stubbornly refuse to let you take them to the safety of Citadel space?
It is my little sister, and she thinks she can join Blue Suns. She's decided she wants to make some bad choices.
That sounds advisable and safe. Nothing could
Yeah.
go wrong with that.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. No, totally solid decision making.
Love that. Please drop it in the chat with whatever name you'd like to give your sister if you'd like to decide that. Otherwise, just let me know in the chat that you want me to come up with it. I'll do it on my end. Moving on to El Jefe. Who's our Jefe?
I am the boss.
Beautiful. You secretly control a highly lucrative red sand or Ezo smuggling route. Which rival faction is threatening your supply, and who among them secretly loves you?
That's the thing about business, is that it's best when we're all holding hands. We can make profit together. The ranks of the Blue Suns like to get into gunfights. They like to pretend that, oh, they're putting us out of business. I'm putting them out of business. But when it gets to management, when it gets to actual shipping lanes, when we talk EZO, we've already divided our lanes. Everything else is a show. All of the captains are in on this bit. And they know that a little bit of healthy competition keeps EZO prices exactly where we want them.
I love that. I think that is fascinating and fantastic.
It just means that I'm safer around the captains than I am around a low-ranking member of, say, Blue Suns.
Okay. I love that. Go ahead and please put that, however you'd like to distill it, into the chat so that I can be accounting for it as we play. Next up is going to be La Empleada. Who's our Empleada?
Hello.
Hi. You work the VIP tables at the Afterlife Club. What devastating secret did you overhear an Eclipse Vanguard confess, and why are you terrified to tell anyone?
Well, I heard that there was a missing shipment of EZO that a lot don't know about. Terrified to tell anyone might not be the descriptor I would say. Holding it for the right moment and the right person is more like it. Though if Arya found out I was keeping it from her, I'd be in trouble. So she might be the first person I tell.
I was like little terrified. Just tiny.
Yes,
terrified.
with Arya's sake, I am terrified.
For Arya. That's fair. That's super fair. Perfect. And go ahead and put that, however you'd like to distill that, into our chat so that I can account for that as we play. And finally, last but very much not least, hi Gemelo.
Hello.
Your twin owes a massive life-threatening debt to the Shadow Broker.
Sure does.
How are you pretending to be them to buy time, and who have you accidentally seduced in the process?
Truly accidentally, one of the Shadow Broker's agents. Just unwittingly, and kindly and sweetly, has seduced an agent of the Shadow Broker, and how that motherfucker got into that business, who fucking knows? I'm just being so sincere and sweet and showing that every bad guy has a soft side. And I think that's worked pretty well for him so far.
I deeply love that. Please distill that however you'd like in the chat. Go ahead and like name and like say like what like what species they are if you want. If you don't want to make that decision and you want me to make it, let me know and toss it my way and I'll figure it out. That is beautiful. Now, while you all are writing up what is left there, I'm going to explain for a moment a little bit of how we're going to move into gameplay. We're still going to answer a few questions as a table called Bottom Lines. Then I'm going to go into introductions, locations, mention the non-player characters that are available and the custom playset moves so that everyone, including the people who are watching here, are able to enjoy this with us, understanding exactly what's available. Even if you've played the game before, this is a custom playset, so it's got different stuff. But we are going to be using a mechanism from the core game called Last Time On when we move from all of this introductory work into primary gameplay. And the way that works is this. Anybody who's watched a telenovela or any kind of serialized drama before knows that very often there is a previously on at the top that recaps what's happened, not just in the prior episode, but in any prior episodes that have something to do thematically or in terms of plot with what's going on in the current episode. So, what we're going to be doing as character spotlights when we get to this is we're going to be doing previously ons of all of our characters here to introduce who they are, where they are, as we meet them at the top of this episode. Normally, when playing Pasión de las Pasiones, especially in campaign play, it's just one previously on at the top of the episode, and then you use that to get into things. But what I like to do with one shots, so that everybody gets a turn, everybody gets to dig in and contribute equally, is we move through everybody doing it, and we find ways to tie these previously ons in with one another. So, with that having been said, we have these, before we get to that, we have these bottom lines. To the whole table, who among you wants to, secretly wants to overthrow Aria Talok and rule Omega yourselves?
Secretly?
Secretly can be relative here. I'm very willing.
But
Yeah. I can give you
No.
I can give you leeway on secretly, 100%.
I'm not suicidal that way, so no, thank you.
It's too much work.
you only live once.
All right, so
You keep telling me, darling. You keep telling me that.
all right, so what I'm hearing here is that El Jefe is living up to their name here. Go ahead and put that in our chat as well, if you can, that you're claiming that question. I like that a lot. Now, next up, who among you is hiding a fatal infection from the plague ravaging the slums?
Not me.
Icky disease.
Silarin's just, yeah, Silarin's just a
Gross.
captain for this kind of thing.
I nominate
I will say,
Sisters in the Slum.
I'll
I
jump
will
on that
say,
one.
yeah, you want to take that? Perfect. Go
I'll
ahead
take
and
it.
claim it. Claim it in the chat, please. And finally, who among you is secretly an informant for the enigmatic Shadow Broker?
Oh, I can share it.
We can share.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
that makes
I
for an
like that.
interesting shit during play because of what we talked about. Okay.
Yeah, all right. I love it. This is very exciting stuff, everybody. Okay, so we, having that done now, we enter the opening credits of Corazón de Omega. There is pulsing synth-heavy club beats that hit, transitioning into strings as you see shots of a sprawling panning shot of Omega's jellyfish-like exterior glowing menacingly in the asteroid field. A shot of an Asari dancing gracefully under the blinding neon lights of the Afterlife Club. A shot of glowing red sand spilling across a table as two lovers hurriedly hide from a passing Vorcha. And a shot of a Quarian hand reaching out, hesitant to remove their glove, their fingers brushing another's before pulling away at the last second. The locations that are pre-built in this playset that are not these are not the only places you can go, so that everybody watching at home knows as well as everybody at the table. These are pre-built, but this is a game where you very much play to find out. So you want to go somewhere else in Omega, we go there. We come up with it as we go. But these are available to you right off the rip. The Afterlife Club, the thumping, chaotic heart of Omega and Aria Talok's seat of power, a place where deals are made, lives are ruined, and passions are ignited on the dance floor. Associated colors and scents are neon red, deep purple, and spilled dextro alcohol, sweat, and ozone. Next up is Aria's VIP lounge in Afterlife. Raised high above the thumping dance floor, this is where the elite watch the desperate. Access is tightly controlled, making it the ultimate status symbol. Deep purples and reds, velvet reds, are associated with this, as is expensive Asari wine, expensive perfumes, and danger. Next up is the Quarantine Zone slums, blocked off from the rest of the station due to a deadly plague affecting everyone except humans and Vorcha. It is desperate, dangerous, and perfectly isolated for secret trysts. Uh, Associated colors and
Oh,
scents. It's okay on the other thing. Don't worry about that. Colors and scents: sickly yellow sickly yellow and rust, antiseptic, blood, and decaying garbage. Next up is the Omega Markets, a dense claustrophobic labyrinth of scavenged tech, exotic spices, and desperate souls. A place where Elcor merchants barter ruthlessly and Quarians beg for ticket fare. It is public, crowded, and perfect for causing a dramatic scene. Associated colors and scents are neon orange and grime, sizzling street meat, and unwashed bodies. Finally, a secluded smuggling bay. Dusty, filled with crates of illicit goods, ideal for secret rendezvous, tense standoffs, and ambushes away from prying eyes. Colors and scents are pitch black, cold steel, engine grease, and dust. Any questions about those before I introduce the non-player characters that may show up that you could potentially gain control over throughout the course of play? Okay. Next up on the NPCs. First up, we have Morden Solus, the Professor. A brilliant, fast-talking Solarian geneticist and former Special Task Group operative who runs a clinic in the slums. He is as likely to heal you as he is to shoot you. The hook for this character, meaning the thing that you need to do to try to get control of this NPC, is you do something to advance his plague research or protect his clinic from mercenary thugs. The move that you gain if you get control of this NPC is when you process your feelings out loud to Morden, he offers a brutally logical, hyper-fast psychological analysis. Clear a condition, but the MC tells you a harsh, undeniable truth about your romantic entanglement. Next up is Archangel, aka Garrus Vicarian, a mysterious Turian vigilante with a complex code, currently holed up and fighting a bloody war against every major mercenary organization on Omega. The hook is help him sabotage a mercenary gunship or eliminate a Blue Sun squad. The move you gain if you do that is when you act with desperation while under Archangel's covering sniper fire, roll with +1. Third is the Shadow Broker's agent. This might be the agent that you seduced, or it might not. We're going to play to find out. A mysterious operative representing the most connected information broker in the galaxy. They trade in secrets, buying and selling the lives of Omega's citizens. The hook is provide them with devastating blackmail material on a rival lover or faction leader. And the move you gain is when you mislead, distract, or trick someone using classified intel bought from the broker, you can treat a 7 to 9 as though it's a 10+. Next up is Aria Talok, the Pirate Queen, the fiercely intelligent, incredibly dangerous Asari who runs Omega. She knows everything that happens on her station, and she does not share power. The hook is bringing her irrefutable proof of a rival faction's betrayal that allows her to tighten her grip on Omega. And when you do that, you gain the move. When you manipulate a superior by casually mentioning you have Aria Talok's backing, you may ask the question, does this person fear Arya more than they hate you? If the answer is yes, you take a +1 to the roll. On a 10+, you get exactly what you want without them asking for anything in return, but Arya will eventually collect on the favor from you. Next up is Harriet, the Elcor merchant, a prominent, ruthless Elcor crime boss and merchant on Omega who speaks in a slow monotone while forcing others to sell high or get crushed. The hook is help him sabotage or extort a rival shopkeeper like the Quarian Ken, which is another rival shopkeeper in the space. You can use the move if you do that when you demand what you deserve using financial leverage or hired muscle provided by Harriet. Your target cannot choose to run away. they must concede or escalate. That's a pretty powerful move, honestly, for demand what you deserve. Uh, Next up, penultimately, is the Patriarch, the fallen warlord, an aging Krogan, former ruler of Omega, who fought Arya for control and lost. Arya now keeps him alive as a trophy and advisor. The hook there is give him a taste of his former glory by fighting his battles as his Krant, or loyal warrior. Yeah, loyal warrior. The move is when you strike out with voice or violence by invoking the Patriarch's name and Old Rain. You may immediately clear a condition, but you draw the deadly ire of Arya's loyalists. And last but not least, the other gemelo, Rusrem Nar Teslea. Did I say that right? Is it Rusrem or Rusrame? Rusrem?
You're muted there.
Oh, you're muted.
And unmuting is a free action. Rusrami.
Rusrami, thank you. Rusrami Nar Teslea, a silver-tongued Quarian scavenger who uses his engineering skills to slice into secure accounts and steal from Omega's worst criminals. He looks exactly like his sweet brother, and he isn't afraid to let his twin take the fall for his crimes. The hook is help him escape the wrath of a mercenary gang or clear a massive debt he owes. And the move you gain if you do that is when you ask Rusrami to slice a secure system or manipulate digital evidence, lose control of him, and he successfully completes the job. You may choose to have him flawlessly frame his twin brother for the crime. If you do not frame his twin, Rusrami still completes the job, but extracts a steep price. He steals something highly valuable from you, or forces you to act as his alibi for a different crime.
I'm gonna kill your brother. I'm gonna kill your brother.
Do it.
You're welcome to try. Before I move to custom playset moves, does anybody have any questions about any of those NPCs? Cool. Last but not least, before we move into proper gameplay, is the custom playset moves. Plata o plomo, which is a bribing mechanism. When you attempt to bribe a mercenary to look the other way, roll with the questions. Are you offering them something truly worth dying for? Do you have the physical upper hand or a clear escape route? On a hit, they take the bribe and grant your request. On a 7 and 9, choose one. They demand a much larger favor later, or they secretly tip off your rival about your whereabouts. On a 10 plus, you buy their absolute loyalty and silence for the night. On a miss, they take your bribe, mark you as an easy target, and decide to rob or kidnap you on the spot. Next up is a moment in the crossfire. When you seek refuge with a lover in the middle of a mercenary firefight, roll with the questions. Is the location you are hiding in completely cut off from the rest of the station? Are you both truly loyal to each other? On a hit, you find a moment of peace amid the chaos, and you may immediately express your love passionately without fear of interruption. On a 7 and 9, the violence outside traps you both. You are safe for now, but you cannot leave without triggering face-certain death. On a 10 plus, you not only share your romantic moment, but you find a hidden smuggling tunnel that allows you to safely escape. On a miss, the gunfire breaches your sanctuary and someone takes a bullet meant for you. Finally, the collector threat. In telenovelas, threatening to send a rival to a cursed hacienda or a distant boarding school is a staple. On Omega, you threaten them with the Omega 4 relay. When you threaten to sell a rival or unfaithful lover to the collectors or exile them through the Omega 4 relay, roll with the questions. Do you hold absolute social or physical power over them in this moment? Is your heart completely hardened against them? On a hit, they believe you will do it. On a 10 plus, choose two. They beg for your forgiveness, clearing one of your conditions. They flee Omega entirely, or they surrender something of immense value to you. On a 7 to 9, choose one, but their sheer desperation makes them dangerous. They will immediately strike out at you or someone you love to save themselves. On a miss, they call your bluff and reveal a shocking truth that strips you of your leverage entirely. Any questions about any of that?
No, no, no. Just an evil laugh.
I love that. Little bit of custom playset tips. If you are in any way involved with the Elcor or engage with them, just as a note to everyone here who may not know, and everyone watching who may not know, the Elcor prefix their sentences with emotional states. So you can use this if you're an Elcor to lie effectively, because nobody actually says that those emotional states are real. The description is when an Elcor. No, that doesn't apply because we don't have an Elcor at the table. Eidetic memory for our Drell player character and for any player that's interacting with a Drell can overlap with our flashback mechanics if you want, but you can use flashback moves even if you're not a Drell. Quarian environmental suits mean that you can't actually make physical contact with a Quarian player character or NPC unless you're finding a way to get around those environmental suits, which is very difficult and risky due to their weakened immune systems. Physical exposure to anything outside of their suits is highly dangerous. Uh, in a romance, taking off a mask or glove to touch a lover could risk facing certain death. And by that, I mean mechanically. If you do that, I'm probably going to make you roll face certain death. So keep that in mind as the romantic tension potentially grows there. Asari melding is available. You can embrace eternity. We are primarily using it in the course of this game in a non-romantic capacity. So it will be focused instead of on expressing your love passionately, although you can do that as long as it doesn't go into the physical melding of nervous systems. You can connect it up absolutely with process your feelings out loud, or I'll allow spot something out of place and use a meld for that. Any questions there? Cool. Now the fun begins. You all get to choose your last time on. Does anybody want to volunteer to go first?
I do have one, actually.
Take it away. And you are more than welcome to. The way I'd like you to handle this is tell us which last time on you're going to use. Introduce your character inside of it, name, pronouns, and physical description, and then play it out. It can be a quick flash of a description in third person. We could play out a scene. You can bring in other characters, not just NPCs, but player characters if you'd like, as long as the other player is enthusiastically consenting to be a part of it. With that in mind, take it away.
The last time on that I'm going to go for is you slipped something into somebody's possession without them knowing. And this is pertinent to Silaran Temezia because she is a around 425-year-old Asari matron who did not go the usual Asari route of shaking their ass at a dance club and instead joined the Eclipse after dropping out from commando training. But then she kind of got tired of killing people and decided to do more lasting damage. So she retired from Eclipse and became a character assassin. And so she is hired to do interesting little things, to point fingers or uncover whales as people choose her services. So she's dressed in the typical Asari gown. She is her coloration is a deep blue gray, and she does have the end of her tendril tentacles like capped in little bits of platinum, and she does have a scar on her face, but it just kind of makes the cut of her jawline just that much sharper, so it doesn't really do too much to take away from the sheer presence that an Asari matron has. And she was chosen to discredit a certain Turian merchant, and this was done so at a party where Silarin got close to this poor person, and essentially at some point slipped a an almost imperceptible set of underwear into his pants to get him into trouble with his partner and get him divorced, and have him leave Omega in shame and depression and heartbreak. And she got a decent bit of money for it. Hey,
Nice.
cheers.
I love that. Who would like to go next with last time on?
I'll go next.
Go for it.
The last time on I am going to be using is you came so very, very close to kissing someone you shouldn't.
Okay.
Now, the fun part, Vicen Joel Vos Normandy is a Quarian. You do not see any physical attributes besides behind a screen 2 yellow glowing eyes. Their dress is more of a feminine style dress for the Quarians, where they have a cloth cowl that comes over them instead of the wires that are known to come out of the back of male Quarians gear. It is a beautiful green, blue, and gold filigree cowl with a carbonite suit that he wears. It's just standard. He doesn't really feel like changing what he wears his whole body, but the cowl will constantly change. And there was a point where they were working on gaining information for their employer or friend, if we should so call them that, that they were so close to getting, and inches from their face realized it was the wrong brother. And which, at this point, now sitting face to face with Fusrame instead of Fusrame, Vicen just goes, so he swapped out with you, and you're making this trouble for me.
Whoa, hold on. I'm not making any trouble. What are you talking about?
You're supposed to be your brother right now. Oh, you are at a loss for words at a very bad time, my friend. What is he offering you? Sure, I can double it. Triple it?
Okay.
Ezra, can you describe what your character looks like in this moment?
Pretty similar. My character's also a Quarian, so you don't really see much of their physical features, if at all, because they don't want to die or face certain death immediately. So still kind of just the eyes behind a screen. No fancy cowl, just a very standard worker's outfit. They are an engineer, so that is kind of what they look like, and I think there's just a moment of crestfallenness on their face at hearing you're supposed to be your brother.
Okay. Spit it out.
You first.
I can get you onto the Normandy.
That's a good start. And I think that is where he will share whatever you asked of him.
We can end the last on there if we'd like, but I do actually want to go to a last on for you, Ezra. So do you want to pick a different last on that could connect
Yeah.
up from there? Okay, go for it.
This was interesting because it was already in the core playbook, and I had already decided this is the one I'm choosing. You watched your twin unaware someone was watching you. Was a decision I already made before we started this session. So Derek, get out of my kitchen.
That's
Never.
awesome.
uh, so I think then this is the moment right before Vessen's of being watched by someone else who saw this encounter happen. So it's just Foos watching Roos and then going, fuck that shit, and switching, unaware completely that someone was watching him, because all, unfortunately, he gets to focus on if his brother is in a room is how to mitigate the damage of his brother being in a room. Um, so that was immediately his switch of, nope, not letting that happen, and being right where he wanted to be.
Nice. I love that. That's beautiful. Who wants to take the next one? We got two left.
May I?
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Cool. First, Ezra, I'd like to ask you if we can share something of a shockingly intimate moment.
Sure. Why not?
So a little bit of context for Kopriva. She's been obsessed with Silaran since she first met her. The flash of lights, the thrum of bass and rapid rhythmic sections, the sweat, dextro sweat of Afterlife Club, walking up to Fusrami, asking him, "Doesn't it hurt that nobody ever wants you for you? I can change that." A dance on the floor, entangled in passions, trying to desperately make the one each of us cares about see us, see us for what they are missing. Ending in hard, heavy breathing, the center of attention on the dance floor. Fade to black.
Yeah. I think Foos is looking right at wherever he would know Vesen would be at this point as Kopriva is speaking to him. And we'll just keep that.
Are y'all
And
in Afterlife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm up with
Oh.
Arya, so I can
think
see
then
this happening.
You see him look up then, and then look back down and do exactly what Kopriva described with great enthusiasm.
Kopriva's doing the same thing while looking at Silaran.
Foos is
That'd be
busy,
a-
guys.
Foos understood the assignment is what I'm hearing. It's
Occupada.
beautiful. Yeah. Right. So let's go to our last time on. Let's take us home.
All right. Last time on, I'm going to take you got into a scrap that you barely got out of alive. And Stephen Ramos is in his early to mid 30s, 6'3" human, and built for battle. A failed Spectre candidate and retired lieutenant in the Alliance Navy, with coiled muscles ready to burst into action at a moment's notice. Long, cascading black hair, sharp, angry green eyes, and professional, if slightly rumpled clothing. As he makes his way for probably the sixth time since he's been at least on Omega to yet another Blue Sun holding, demanding to speak to his sister. And This time, as every time, it doesn't go well. And he holds his own, but there's not much one can do as even the biotic human against two Krogan and three Turians. You're not going to walk away from that one with a lot left. And
That's fair.
yeah. I think the as the punches land and you hear him screaming, "Stefania, take me to Stefania," and they just pound repeatedly, and eventually throw him in a dumpster that at this point might as well have his name on it. The scene cuts.
I love that. As the scene cuts, we find ourselves on black, and you hear, "We are eternal. This hurts you. You exist because we allow it." And the scene comes up. And the scene that comes up now, first, is in the VIP lounge of Afterlife. We have here in Afterlife our empleada. I'm sorry, he said the right way is Vason, right? To pronounce
Vicen or Vason.
Vicen.
Yeah.
Vicen. We have Vicen serving drinks in Afterlife. Aria Talok is sitting just a few feet away, looking displeased. I think that we might have, if you agree, our belleza. Remind me of her name, Adi?
Silarin.
Silarin. I believe we have Silarin somewhere in the space as well. Possibly, if you would agree, near a massive heavy weapon crate that I don't know, could contain a new gift that you got. What happens next?
Is Char still there, or has this poor simp of a Krogan left his
I think
gift, like
I think
walked
Char.
off?
I think Char just left you the gift without saying out loud exactly what it was. Looked about as embarrassed as you've ever seen a Krogan look, like as sort of like shy as a Krogan looks,
Aw.
dropping this giant gift, and took off and walked away. And Arya looks over at you with an arched eyebrow.
Well, clearly he has ideas, doesn't he?
Do I need to be worried about those ideas?
No, Arya. This is not a situation that you have to worry about. I think the poor dear, is convinced that he can get into the Azure, and unfortunately, he does not have much of a chance. Though I am curious as to see, and I think she would kind of open up the heavy weapons crate, and I think, given her experience, she would know exactly what it is, and there would be a single arched eyebrow, and she would close it back very succinctly and gently. And well, I shall not be opening that here again. I shall take that back to my quarters. But thank you for your concern, my lady.
So I'm going to ask you to manipulate a superior here. When you manipulate a social superior, tell them what you want them to do and roll with the questions. Now, here's the thing. I'm figuring you want Arya to let you walk out with that box. It's not necessarily clear Arya's gonna let you walk out with that box. So,
100%.
You agree that that's what you want her to do. Let's roll with questions. Let's go to the Belleza playbook first. Are you the center of attention?
At this point, given that I've just opened a heavy weapons crate in Arya Tilok's grand room, yes, I think I would be the center of attention.
I agree. So you get a +1 on your roll from that. Have you caught them in a good mood? Do you think you caught Arya in a good mood?
I don't know if Arya is ever in a good mood.
No, you didn't, so you don't get a +1 for that. Does your well-being directly affect theirs?
No.
No. All right, so you're going to roll me 2d6 +1, and then we're going to see what happens.
I would also like to do a move.
Go for it. We'll get yours on deck. What do you, while Adi's rolling, what's the move you want?
I want to spot something out of place. I want to see
Beautiful.
what's in that box.
Love that. So that folks at home know, when you try to spot something out of place in a social interaction or someone's personal space, roll with questions. We're going to go to your question first, and it is, are you in over your head?
No.
Then you're not going to get a +1 for that. But other questions. Have you been intimate with them recently, meaning Adi's character, I think, because it's Adi's personal space. Like it's I'm sorry, I keep forgetting her name. Sorellen?
Solaren.
Solaren. It's Solaren's personal space. So have you been intimate with Solaren recently?
How are we defining intimate in this moment?
How do you want to define intimate in this moment?
I think for reasons other than work with Arya, I have been.
What kind of, let's take a moment to highlight that. What kind of intimacy seems to exist between these two characters? And it does not have to be sexual or romantic.
Purely business.
Okay. But like, there's like trust there, is what it is.
Yeah.
That's where the intimacy shows up.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, +1 for that. Are you free of other distractions?
Yes, because serving drinks is not a distraction.
Cool. So 2d6 +2 on your side, and we're going to come back to resolve yours after we resolve Adi's. Adi, what do you got for me?
I rolled a 7, so that's a +1, given 8.
8. Cool. On a hit, they give into your wiles and agree to do it. On a 7 and 9, they need a bit more convincing. So you choose. You can either humble or abuse yourself, marking a condition, or you can give them something they want first.
She would, I think, like, without missing a beat, she would just. Well, she would go into a kind of deep bow. Matriarch to look. I understand that you are a busy person as the Queen of Omega. Would you allow me to leave as this simple, humble matron must have some things to do? Or if there is something that you would require of me, please let me know, and I shall do my best to divest that entity.
What I require of you is your loyalty. Do I have that?
The Queen of Omega is Omega itself. And that is the rule. You do not fuck with Arya. And she'll just bow.
I do think that you chose the first one there, mostly, even though you left the door open to the second one. So I'm going to give you the condition underhanded from your sheet. Now, here I'm going to remind you of something, which is that our wonderful friends watching us right now have given each of you the ability to clear one condition. So you can immediately clear this condition if you want. However, I do want to point out, when you have underhanded marked, you do take a -1 to accusing, or -2 to accusing someone of lying whenever you roll on that. But you also take a +1 to manipulate a superior, which is what you just did. So you don't have to clear it if you don't want to. Yeah. You could always bank the other thing. Perfect. I love that. Before you have a chance to take off, though, I do want to resolve Derek's roll. So, Derek, what'd you get on spot something out of place?
I rolled a 10.
Okay, so on a hit, you get to ask 2 questions. On a 7 and 9, they would have asked you 1 question back. But you didn't get a 7 and 9. You get a 10. So you get to ask Adi, How does your character feel about blank? What are you planning? How could I get your character to blank? What do you have of value or use? What do you hope to get from blank? You can pick 2 of those.
I'm going to pick how. Actually, I don't want to pick that one. What do you have of value or use?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah, what do you have of value or use?
I always have information, darling.
I don't know if information is of value or use when I have certain colleagues that can get me that.
Hey, I simply answered a question that was posed.
Solaren, how do you feel about our dearest Kopriva?
Capriva, my old friend. I adore them, and everything they do is exciting and dangerous and ever so enduring.
How sweet. I'll make sure to tell
I
them that
do.
the next time I see them.
Oh, it's always good when my personal relations are done for me.
But I get to see inside the box while asking these questions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
close.
You're able to get a sense of, through the questions. Essentially, you're able to get a sense of what's in the box.
Cool.
So with that, I believe that Solarn, you are taking off from the scene. Vincent, you have gotten what you wanted in this moment, and we end this scene on a shot of Arya just over your shoulder, noticing that you noticed. And we cut over to the Omega Markets, where I believe we may find, if you agree, Capriva and Steven. You don't have to be together, although you can. If it feels right to you all, I'm thinking Capriva, you might be in the Omega Markets finalizing something with Blue Sun's lieutenant with regard to your, fixed EZO prices. And Steven, I think you're there because you tracked your younger sister Stefania to this exact spot. You see her there in front of you, wearing a brand new Blue Sun's armor, assigned to guard the very deal that Capriva is in the midst of right now. What would the 2 of you like to do?
Kopriva, I had forgot to give her a description when I did the last time on. I'll do that right now. Sorry. She has like snow white scales. Her head tentacle things that the Drell have go back in a big swoop, and her gills, her breathing organs rather, are kind of a deep crimson that looks nice on first blush, but looks a little torn apart. She's always striking visually, and her armor, her suits are typically like black and relatively skin tight, and she always has a collar going up, not like a dog collar, but like the collar of a shirt that goes up in a little odd array. But she's always dressed to impress, for business, and she's there. This is sort of the public part of this price fixing deal, where we look sour, we look like we're having a bad time. It's a song and dance that's been done in a back room long before this deal goes south. But publicly, it needs to go south. So that's where Kopriva's at. She is with her four-man squad of Eclipse guards. At least we work under Eclipse. Two humans, a Krogan in heavy armor, and a what are they called? The Turian. But I'm flanked and I'm waiting on it.
And Steven?
Yeah, just down the street a little bit, not hiding, staring intently at both Capriva and Stefania. Ah, shit. Fuck. Takes in the small army behind them, rubs the still healing black eye.
Mm-hmm.
And steps into the street, walks towards them.
Okay, so I do want to mechanize this a little bit. In this deal, Fallon, do you feel that Capriva is more in the realm of demanding what they deserve, or doing something else?
Oh right, because one of my moves is demand what I deserve.
Well, one of the basic moves is
Yeah.
demand what you deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah. If not, you can go with we can go with something that you have yourself.
No, this would be pretty close to demanding what I deserve.
You don't have to. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So that everybody watching at home knows is one of the basic moves of the game, demand what you deserve. When you demand what you deserve, roll with the questions. And let's go to your playset first here to ask your question. Are you taking control of the situation?
This is an engineered situation. I own this situation. I'm not demanding what I deserve. I'm taking what I've earned.
Yeah, you are. So that is a +1 on taking what you earned. We want to call it that for this. Are you offering something of value in return?
Yes, I am. This is in exchange for outwardly threatening the Blue Suns and letting them jack up the prices on an EZO deal. My folks will be losing face. I'm offering my reputation.
I love that. So that's a yes. And then, do they love you in this moment?
They don't love
That's
me.
probably a no. Yeah. So you can roll 2d6 + 2 to work that out. While you're figuring that out, Michael, what's your plan here with this approach?
That's a strong word. I the intent is just to try to sweep through, grab my sister, and keep going, and pretend no one else exists. It's not gonna work. That's the plan.
Okay, copy that. That sounds good to me. So you wanna take. So are you also? So are you also demanding what you deserve, mechanically?
Yes.
Or is this
Great.
a strikeout?
Yeah, or strike out with voice or violence is another possibility here. You can do more than one thing as you're approaching. So like if you think in this moment that Stephen has a presence of mind, you can try to spot something out of place first before you decide how you want to act and see if you can learn something more about that, either spotting something out of place when it comes to the scene at large, the NPCs involved, or spotting something out of place when it comes to Capriva specifically.
That's not a bad idea, but I think I want to do the scene at large.
Okay, sounds great. So when you try to spot something out of place, let's ask your question, your own playbook question first, which is, are you handling things straightforwardly and without guile? I think yes. Yeah. All right. Have you been intimate with the people in this scene recently? I don't think so, right? And even your sister, you know, if we're saying intimacy of like a fraternal or like a sibling relationship, You haven't seen them in a long time, right? So recently is not. Are you free of other distractions?
Yes.
Cool. 2d6 plus 2. Let me know what you get. I'm going to come back to you after we resolve for Fallon. Fallon, what do you got for me?
I got a 9.
Alrighty. On a 9. On a hit, the target of your demand chooses 1. You're targeting an NPC, so I choose. On a 10 plus, you would have removed one of their options, and they choose from one of the remaining, but you got a 9, so I get to pick. They concede to you, they refuse and escalate, or they run away, and you get to take something from them. And because I'm feeling generous, and this is for a charity, on this first roll, I'm going to let you decide between two of these. They are going to concede to you. You're successful in this situation. And you don't get anything else out of that, though. You just get the satisfaction of, hey, they conceded here. Or they can run away, and you get to take something from them, and I'm going to let you decide what.
Sure, I think this I'll actually pass to Steven. Does Kopriva know about Stefania?
Yeah.
Yeah? This is a yes? Then I know what I'm taking when they run.
Alrighty. They look at you with shifty eyes. They get that their attempt at finding a way to control this situation is up, and they look in a corner behind you, and they say, now! And they take off in the other direction, and you feel firefight break out over your head, I'm guessing, but you go ahead and tell me, what are you taking?
As the firefight breaks out, Kopriva channels her biotics running up her spine, glowing, and she creates a bubble of force around her squad, and it cuts off right in front of Stefania. She's in with us.
I love that.
Yes,
Steven, do you think you made it into that that bubble of biotic force?
I mean, I got an 11, so maybe, yeah.
Do it. Yeah, you're in.
Yeah, you did. All right. So, you're first spotting something out of place here, right? So, on an 11, you get to ask 2 questions. Nobody's going to ask anything of you. You're asking it of the scene, so you're asking it of me. How does your character feel about blah? Which means, how do the people, the NPCs? You can pick who. You can say whatever you want about the scene. How does somebody in here feel about something you define? What are you planning? How could you, your character, Steven, get somebody else, an NPC that you select in the space, to do blank? What do you have of value or use? Meaning, what is of value or use in the space? You can get as specific about that as you'd like. What does anybody in the scene hope to get from whatever you want to identify? You get to ask me 2 of those. What do you want?
I mean, how can I get Stefania to listen to me? Feels like a good first question.
Okay. How can you get Stefania to listen to you? I'll do these together because I want to know what the 2 questions are first, so that I know.
How does can't remember how to say names. Kopriva, there we go. Feel about what's going on right now.
So Kopriva will need to answer that question, and I'd love to get that answer first before I answer about Stefania. So Kopriva, how do you feel?
Yeah, for sure. So far, this is looking pretty much entirely as, like, engineered. Of course, live fire and a gunfight means that you can't be stupid about it, but at this level, games on Omega are played with a buy-in of lives. So as long as me and mine are fine, and as it were, we are, this is looking pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about this, and Kopriva also knows about Stefania, and this is everybody in this situation is in on the loop except maybe Stefania. this is this specific move, trapping Stefania, is not only a favor done to Stephen, but also a debt incurred.
Okay. I love that. And I think with that, Stefania is already in a position where Stefania kind of has to listen to you. So it's a twofold question where on the surface, you've already got what you want in the sense of like Stefania is broken away from Blue Suns, at least for the moment, under the protection of your quite powerful friend and yourself. You're there too. And you are um, finally reunited with her. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be very easy for her to get away. But if you don't want her to essentially be your prisoner, right, even if for her own protection, and you want to actually get through to her, you're going to have to help her understand that what she's looking for in the Blue Suns, you have a better offer on. Now, you don't know what she's looking for in the Blue Suns, right? That's going to take a little bit more work, but that is where you are at. I will say, as a button to this scene, Stefania looks over at you, Capriva, and nods, acknowledging that this is how the game is played, and grateful to be protected from the firefight that has broken out. Looks over at you, Steven, and says, "Well, what are you bringing to the table?"
Oh, this one knows how to play.
You can't take this path.
I can't have this argument with you in the middle of a firefight. Are you going to just try to baby me, or are you going to pull out a gun?
I'm not going to pull a gun on my sister.
Not on me, to cover me. And your sister makes a few movements and covers herself in a biotic shell, and this is the first time that you come to know that your sister is an adept.
What the hell? Oh my god.
That's different.
I've picked up a few tricks. Looks over at you, Capriva, with an acknowledging nod and takes a run toward the barrier, hoping that you'll understand that she's looking for you to open it up. Yeah.
I'm sending, or I'm going to connect with her Omni tool and just send a location for us to meet at later.
Beautiful. It immediately accepted as she opens. And do you open it up?
Yeah, it opens.
She shoots out like a cannonball, like a human cannonball, through there toward the source of the firefight. And that's where we cut away. We cut away to a dark alleyway. A dark alleyway where we find... Looks like Rusrami. What does Rusrami look like?
Unfortunately, with very few distinguishing features from any Korean, and especially even fewer still from his brother, except maybe the eyes that you see are a little bit sharper. But that could be the light or the lack thereof.
So the fun thing about this is I said it looks like Rusrami.
Do you like...
But
see, and I get this fun stuff. I get this fun stuff where I can switch where the twins are. I think I'm gonna. I think this is I'm a market condition, which is a thing that I can do for the folks at home. To switch, because I have a move called That Wasn't Me, and that's the move that I took. So when someone sets a scene with you or your twin, mark a condition, and I decide which one of us is really there.
So who's really there?
It is Foos today. So again, it could be his eyes or the light. Depends.
I love that. So which condition do you want to take? I'll leave it to you. It's brooding, cornered, driven, or guarded. I have an opinion, but I want to know what feels right to you.
Yeah, I'm between guarded or driven, and I think I'm gonna go guarded.
Perfect. Guarded sounds great. So that is a +1 to manipulate a superior, which means a social superior, to be clear. I have to make an argument for why that person is a social superior. And a -2 to strike out. So I hope you don't need to get into a fight right now. um, because that's gonna be like
Except I do
like
have
a
that
strikeout on the
gel
border.
pack.
You do have a gel pack. Would you like to use your meta gel?
I would love to use my Metagel, Danny. I would.
Beautiful. So you instantly clear that condition, and you are not overly guarded. You do not have that -2 on that kind of roll, which is pretty good because in this dark alley, out of the shadows, fittingly, a shadow broker agent steps out, presses you against the wall, and gets very close to your face.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, seemingly wanting to kiss you, although obviously that is a little bit complicated physically. Um, they whisper, I dealt with the Blue Sun's bounty on your head just like I promised. But if the
Hmm.
information you gave me on the EZO routes is fake, the Shadow Broker will have my head, and I'll have to take yours.
Hmm.
What do you do?
I think he lets the shadow agent speak and is just behind the mask smiling and waits. Because he did just have a moment with someone earlier at the end of this last episode that knows very well the EZO roots and what they are, and was very close to them in a night of dancing and sweating. So I think Foos very calmly, and I think almost unnervingly goes, and why would I ever lie to you?
I hope you would know better than to do that.
You know I do. And just stays there, does not move.
I love that. Question.
Answer.
Do you believe that is your intention here to provide that information that one could argue is devastating blackmail material on a rival lover or faction leader?
Absolutely.
Cool beans. Guess what? You have now acquired the Shadow Broker's agent as an NPC. You have control over them. You have the ability to access the move when you mislead, direct, or trick someone using classified intel bought from the broker. You get to treat a 7 and 9 as a 10 plus.
Sounds great to me.
So, with that having been said, they hold your gaze, wishing you didn't have that helmet on, and say, okay, you've got me what I want. What do you want?
I have it. And then I think that's a fade to black at the end
There
there.
you go. There that is. All right. With those opening scenes done, we are going to go take our break, everybody. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for a wonderful first half. As a reminder, we are raising money for Doctors Without Borders with a focus on Palestinian aid. We are at $50 out of $100. I still owe everybody a something cool. Who's it going to be cool for? Come back and you'll find out. We also have 4 metagels that have not yet been used, a Paragon or Renegade interrupt that I could call on at any time if I want to, and another secret thing that somebody paid for that I'm going to reveal later. But as a preview of it, I will say that as we cut away, you hear the scurrying of little feet and a little chirp 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 chirp, and that is what we end on. Go ahead and get a drink. Check in on the people you care about. Go to the bathroom. Do whatever you want to do. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Thanks, folks.
Adios.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the back half of Pasión de las Pasiones, Corazón de Omega, our Mass Effect custom playset inspired by Mass Effect 2. We are raising money here for Doctors Without Borders with a focus on Palestinian aid, and we have made it about halfway to our goal. So if in the next hour or so we can raise another $50, we will reach our $100 goal and something awesome will happen. But more importantly than something awesome happening, we are going to raise a lot of money for a great cause. Doctors Without Borders does incredible work, life-saving work. This focus on Palestinian aid does mean that this money is going to be earmarked for work in Gaza. So if you have, and the surrounding areas, so if you have any ability to provide anything right now, please do. And if you don't, it's okay. Thank you for being here anyway. We love you. We're grateful that you're here. All that we ask is if you feel comfortable in any ways that you feel comfortable, please amplify the message. Amplify our stream, but more importantly, amplify the Tiltify link, which you can see in the chats, and amplify the rest of the shows in this streamathon, because that's right, everybody. This is part of a streamathon. This is a 24-hour streamathon, raid-a-thon. So we're going to be raiding out to the next show in about an hour. Stick around for that if you're still around then you want to. It's going to be great work. Derek here isn't going to be in that one, but it's going to be in the one after that, and was in one earlier. You can go back and watch, because we've been doing this for not 24 hours yet, but most of it at this point. All gathered together by Jess the Human and Charity TRPG. Thank you, Jess, for gathering us together, working with Streamers Without Borders. Thank you, Streamers Without Borders, for inviting us in to be a part of this. Get in that Tiltify if you can. If you can't, shout it from the rooftops. So those who can do get in. Donate here, donate to the later shows. Doesn't matter which one you're giving to, just matters that it gets to the cause. With that having been said, everybody, we find ourselves returning to a shadowy Smuggler's Bay, and I want to know first, Derek, how does your character find their way there?
Well, Vyson was left with a terrifying woman looking over their shoulder, and for the beautiful price of information that they have, that they answered based on the first question they were asked, letting Arya know that the Eclipse have seemed to have lost a bit of Ezo that was being smuggled. He asked in return for her to set up a meeting with Archangel.
Okay. So you see, and actually, as I'm going to say, that Foos also sees from a hidden corner of down here, Archangel arrive. And because this was a request from you, I'm actually going to let you, Derek, describe Archangel. How does Archangel look in this moment?
Yeah.
As it comes out.
Archangel in this moment comes out full armor, helmet on, everything. Not sure who he's meeting, but once he sees a familiar face of someone who was a crewmate at one point, he would take off his helmet, revealing that Archangel is Garrus Vicarian, in which you can't see it, but you can tell that Vyson's eyes have squinted, and you can tell, if you know them well enough, that their mouth has pursed into like an almost pissed off look.
And Garrus looks at Vyson and says, I'm in the middle of some calibrations. What did you need?
You're in the middle of some calibrations. You couldn't tell me you were here on Omega while I was here? You're working alone?
Put you at risk. It's safer that way.
No, it's not. You need a medic. How many missions did I heal you afterwards?
Very many, but I can't heal you.
I can heal myself.
Not if you're dead.
Have I died from any other missions that I've gone on before?
That is a fallacy. Because just because you haven't died before doesn't mean you're not going to die next time or the time after that. And it's not going to be because of me. What I'm doing here is I will fully admit, foolish. I am at war with
I know.
your boss. By the way, you think I don't know? You think I don't know that you're here working
You
for
know
Arya?
why I'm working for her? Because you
I
all
imagine
left
you have
me.
a plan. Shepard's dead.
What?
Okay? Shepard is dead.
No. That's
so
Garrus, that's you're lying to me. Stop lying to me.
I'm not lying to you. Shepard's dead. I should be dead. I know you don't want to hear that. But Shep dying is a tragedy for the galaxy. Me dying would have been better. So I'm going to keep on fighting.
I would like to
make
strike
up for
out with
that
violence
mistake.
and smack Garrus.
Go ahead and let's do that. When you strike out at someone with voice or violence, roll with the questions. And first, we're going to go to you. Are you, where is it here? Are you in over your head?
Yes.
Have you caught them off guard? I'm going to say no, because Garrus Vicarian is very fast. Have they just wronged you?
No.
I mean, kind of. I would give it to you, but you said no. So
No,
let's do
I don't think
2d6
so.
plus 1. Let's do 2d6 plus 1.
Jesus Christ.
What was it?
That's a 13?
Okay. So on a hit, your strike lands and you each mark a condition. On a 10 plus, you may also take something from them or avoid marking a condition. So would you like to mark a condition or would you like to take something from them?
I think I'm going... I think I'm going to avoid... Actually, I'm going to take something from them.
Okay. What are you going to take?
In this moment, I think it's a smack, and obviously, like, it's alarming because I don't think Garrus thinks Vyson is one to strike out at people like that, which causes him to drop his helmet.
Okay.
And Vyson is going to kick the helmet away.
Okay. So you kick the helmet away and it scatters at the foot of Capriva. But before we go to Capriva, you are going to take a condition.
Yes.
And that condition is going to be Lovelorn.
That's what I was going to pick.
Yeah, +1 to express your love and a -2 to act with desperation. As you look into the face of Garrus Vicarian, Garrus's eyes look past you toward someone behind you and says, "What are you doing here?" But before we reveal who Garrus is talking to, Capriva, what brought you to the smuggling bay?
Ostensibly, this was a neutral location where no one else would be for the night. But serendipitously, it appears as if half of Omega has been invited. So she is genuinely here to meet with Stefania. She's got Steven with her, if that's okay.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the only backup she's taken because she wanted it to be one of those meetings where it's not an overt show of force. Sometimes it is best to serve hemlock dipped in honey. And that was the strategy she was going with. I think genuinely upon seeing Garrus Vicarian, the Archangel, and this N7 washout social climber together. What are you doing in my smuggling bay? What are you doing here?
Your smuggling bay. Last I remember, you're not the Queen of Omega.
throwing around Tolok's name because you have nothing behind yours? Rich move. And yes, we pay tribute to the Queen of Omega, but this belongs to the Zero Sum Casino. My casino.
Well, you can speak to my boss because she's the one that set up the meeting here.
Am I on the Citadel? Speak to my manager? Back it up.
Fallon, am I understanding correctly that you may want to accuse someone of lying?
Fuck it, yeah. Let's put it there.
Okay. When you accuse someone of lying to their face, roll with the questions. And here we're going to go first up to your playbook. Are you taking control of the situation?
This is my space. This is my area, and as far as Kopriva knows, she should be in control. So I'd like to play this as a putting it in control, but if you have,
I think you're good. I
Cool.
think the answer can be yes, because really the question there is, are you taking control, right? So
Yeah.
like if the action is serving that, and I believe this one is, that's you take a +1. Do you have an audience?
I have
You
an
do.
audience. I got
Hi.
I got everybody. I do not have evidence, which is the funny bit. That I don't need evidence.
Well,
to-
here's an interesting thing we can do. Would you like to first reveal a shocking truth? When you flash back to reveal a shocking truth about the PC in front of you, roll with conditions marked, and then mark a condition. Do you have any conditions marked right now?
I don't have any conditions marked right now.
So it would be a flat 2d6, and you're going to mark a condition on the back end if you do this. But on a
Awesome.
hit, the news is staggering. Before acting against you, they, in this case Derek, would have to act with desperation before they could do anything else. On a 7 and 9, you choose 1. On a 10 plus, you choose 2. These are good, but on a miss, I do have to warn you, it blows up in your face hard. It's a flat
Yeah.
2d6. You want to give it a shot?
Also,
Flat 2d6. I'll
Also-
take
Capriva, I'd
Yeah.
like to offer you my protection.
Oh, beauty.
Okay. Is that a move that you want to use
Yep.
there, or you just okay?
Yep.
Describe it to us.
When you offer your protection to someone and they accept, hold 1. Spin that hold
Okay.
to appear in a scene with them anytime, or move to exactly where you need to be to protect them before anyone can interfere.
So at the very least, you're backing me up.
Right behind you.
All right. Nice. Hot rolls.
Hot rolls.
And that is a 9.
Okay, that is
I'm
a
on
hot
board.
roll. Yeah, so you get to choose one of these. It's very good for you that you did not fail this.
Yeah.
You can have unequivocal evidence that this shocking truth is true. You can have the shocking truth give you the rightful claim to something they value, or you can introduce a shocking new character who backs you up. So which of those would you like to choose?
That's a really good question. Let's say. Ooh, sorry, folks. I'm struggling a little here.
Why don't you think about it? Why don't you think about it for
Yeah,
a second, and I will
sure.
come back to you so that we can resolve that. Garrus Vicarian had looked over your shoulder, Vason, and said, "What are you doing here?" Silaran, what are you doing here?
I think I would have looked at my Omnitrol, and I know Capriva I've known Capriva for a while, and she is kind enough to offer her location to me. Like, we have trackers on each other just to
Yeah.
make sure
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
we're safe. So I would have been actually going to meet Kopriva to show her the one of the numerous gifts that are given to me. and this one being of specific interest. So, yeah, that is what I would have come here for.
I love that. And Garrus tells you over Vasen's shoulder, I thought I told you we shouldn't be seen together.
Now, did I know that you'd be here, darling? I did not. I don't care who or what is here. I'm here to simply meet my friend. So, shoot.
Mind if I hit a jump
Where-
in?
Yeah, jump in. Go ahead. What do
On
you
that
got?
shocking truth. The shocking truth gives me rightful claim to something they value. Uh, Actually, no, I'm choosing unequivocal evidence that this is true. And the truth is, yes, of course, Arya set this meeting up. She knew exactly whose territory this was. And she knew that it could be construed as an act of disrespect. Part of what Arya's game is playing for zero sum, playing where she wins even if she loses. The reason you were sent here to zero sum, to Coke Priva's home territory, is because Arya knows more than she thinks she knows. She doesn't know everything, but she suspects, and Omega's a pretty small pond. To mix my metaphors, shitting where you eat is a really bad idea, and the Shadow Broker's tentacles only go so far without being seen.
Your ears perk up, Foos, when you hear about the Shadow Broker's tentacles. I want you to go ahead, Fallon. We'll come back to you for this, though. You can go back to accusing someone of lying to their face. You're going to be able to roll 2d6 plus 3 now that you have that evidence.
Beautiful.
While you're resolving that, Foos,
Yes.
nobody seems to have noticed you or your friend yet. What would you like to do?
I think he truly just sees that no one has noticed him, looks at the shadow broker and goes, I mean, I guess tentacles don't need to go so far if your ears are working. And just lets the moment ride. So if there's any information that he's getting, that he's gonna stay quiet to get it.
So here's the great news: is we got $50 more in donations. Everybody,
Holy
we reached our
shit!
$100 goal,
Whoa!
and
Let's
one
go.
of those was Shadow Broker Intel, which I could not imagine a more perfect time for this. Answer a spot something out of place question. Your scandalous new intel becomes canon, or you can let the MC do it. They didn't put any info in. So here's what I'm going to do, because I'm feeling generous and in a good mood with us having met our goal. You get to take a free 10 plus on spot something out of place. So I'll come back to you for this. Think about what you want to learn about anybody or anything in this scene. You get 2 of them. 2 questions from that. I'm going to come back to you.
See, that's
Um,
fun, and I have a question.
Yes.
Because Foos is not the only one that's working with the Shadow Broker.
Mm-mm. He's not.
Are
We
you
agree on
cashing
that.
in your...
I'm
you
cashing
your
in
chip?
I'm cashing in my woo. This is my second stream of 3.
Can I make a bargain?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you want
And
to do?
we each get one question?
You can 100% each get 1 question. Absolutely. You can both get 1 question, or you can both get 2 questions if you both take a condition and know you can't use your Metagel, Derek, to get rid of it.
Ah, damn.
I'm gonna use my Metagel to get rid of the other condition I have, and I'll take the condition.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I told you.
Fine.
Always thinking. I've had sleep now. I've had sleep. I'm thinking wisely.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take
Okay.
that deal too.
Okay, so you both get 2 questions. Let me pick a condition for each of you, because I'm making this deal. I can't let you pick it. I got to give you one.
Oh,
So
rude.
I'm gonna say brooding for El Gemelo. So
That's so fitting.
Yeah, +1 to process your feelings out loud, -2 to spot something, and that's two conditions you have now. Then for
I'm at one
La
condition.
Emplea. Oh,
The
because you got
one,
rid of
yep.
the other one.
I
That's
got rid
right.
of the other one.
You're at 1. You got rid of the other one. Thank you. And La Empleada, you were Lovelorn, not so much. Now I'm gonna make you cagey. You're gonna be
We're in the
cagey.
same kitchen
So,
because that's what I was
yeah,
thinking.
yeah. Plus one to manipulate a superior, minus two to demand what you deserve. Um, okay. You two can think about the questions that you want. I am going to go back to Steven for a second because you gave great support a moment ago. We are about to reveal how the accuse someone of lying goes. Is there an action you want to take in this moment?
Yeah, this is starting to get weird and feel like some sort of impromptu party or maybe an ambush. So I'd like to try to spot something out of place.
Cool beans. Go ahead and let's. Are you acting? I want to get the wording right. Are you handling things with straightforwardly and without guile?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Have you been intimate with the place recently? No. Are you free of other distractions?
Yes.
Cool. 2d6 plus 2. It's going to be two questions if you get a 10 plus. 7 and 9, you get two questions, but I get to ask you something too. Let me know what you get.
I also have size up, so I get a bonus question as well.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Ooh, that's going to be a 6.
Oh, so here's where we barter. Here's where we barter, friend. Because you have here size up is when you try to spot something out of place, you could ask one of these questions even on a miss. Where is the nearest weapon? What are they trying to hide? What's their way out? So far, and I'm wording this very specifically, you have a miss. So ask me one of those questions.
What are they trying to hide?
Who is they specifically?
I'm specifically looking for an ambush, like somebody in the
Cool.
shadows, somebody waiting to swing out with a bunch of guns, or yeah.
Well, I will say that for free, as a part of that, before I give you the full answer, you spot Foos, and their friend in the corner canoodling. So you're the only one right now of the player characters who knows that Foos is there, unless you decide to share that information. The other thing that you notice is the telltale sign of an Omni tool that's on and just left atop a crate nearby. Wonder what that's about. And if you'd like to know more about what that's about, I can offer you the dangling Paragon Renegade Interrupt.
Ooh.
That gives you a +1 on your roll that takes you right from a 6 to a 7.
I'll bite.
For the low price of 2 conditions.
Ooh.
You haven't used your metagel yet, so if you're willing to burn through that, it'll only be 1. It's not bad, right?
I'm down. Let's do it.
Alrighty. So you burned your metagel to get rid of one of your conditions, which I'm gonna say would have been cornered. You know, you started to feel a little panicked there. But what I am gonna say is you're gonna take engrossed. Because now your mind is spinning. What's going on? Why is this happening? What is up with this Omni tool? And that's a +1 to spot something, but a -2 to expressing your love. And you get to ask me 2 questions, and I get to ask you 1. What would you like to ask me?
Is that a bomb?
It is not a bomb.
What is
Second
it?
question. It's an Omni tool. That was easy.
You gave that right to him.
I felt it as I said it.
That was
I got
that
you.
was stinky.
Yeah.
What are you planning, Steven?
Evil.
What am I planning?
I can come back to you. You can think about it for a second. I'm gonna come back to you. I got you.
I'm going to. I want to let Kopriva know that there's something happening, and then I'm moving to the Omni tool. That's my plan.
Okay. Copy that. Foos, do you have those questions?
I sure do. The first one is, what the fuck was up between Solarin and Garrus?
I need to get consent here first, above table. But Adi, do you think Solarin is a bit of a flirt?
I would say so.
A
Yes.
bit.
So
Sorry.
I will say that Garrus Vicarian, as Archangel, at this point in the timeline, the true identity of Archangel is not popularly known. Arya might know because Arya seems to know everything, but Arya is acting like Arya really wants to know who this Archangel is. You have been sitting on this information, and obviously, Vason, you have too, because you've known, right? But you didn't know Solarin knew. You didn't know that Solarin and Garrus knew each other. And the question I'm going to leave to you, Adi, is how do Solarin and Garrus know each other?
Saladin and Garrus Vicarian know each other in very intimate ways.
Biblically, one might say.
Mhm.
Understood. So we got ourselves an old-fashioned love triangle. Who would have thunk it here in a telenovela?
Might be more than a triangle.
No, it's gonna be worse.
It's like a
Rhombus.
square.
Rhombus.
Square.
The love rhombus. Yeah. It's a square.
Dodecahedron. Yes, that's the one.
Dodecahedron. So that is the answer to your question. That is
Which
how they
one?
know each other. Yes,
Can I
go
have a
ahead.
second?
Yeah.
What? This is just. I'm just gonna say it to Derek because this is a you question, bud. What does Bison actually want right now in this situation, in this moment? What is Bison after?
Now, knowing that it is actually Garrus, this is a dangerous situation with everyone being here. He wants, because he doesn't know that you're here. He wants to get out of the situation safely with Garrus. So that leads me to my questions.
Go for it.
My question, first one, for Garrus. How does Garrus feel about me?
Garrus wants you to be safe because he can't handle, after losing Shepard, also losing you in a way that he is sure will be his fault.
My second question is for Foos. How could I get Foos to get us out of here safely?
Ask. Just ask him.
But first, you got to know that he's there.
You gotta know he's there.
Hold on. I have an Omni tool, and I'm sure we're connected.
Yeah.
You could do that.
I'm
would allow
going
that
to
100%.
SOS Foos.
I love that.
Yeah. That's it.
We're gonna find out what happens with that SOS in a moment, but we're gonna go back first to the accused someone of lying. Fallon, what do you got for me?
Big money. That is 8 on the die plus the 3 that I got.
11. So you get to choose 2. You are right, despite what the audience has already seen. They must admit their falsehood or mark a condition, their choice. They're surprised, scared, or flustered. They must act with desperation before they can act against you. I will say you already have them in a situation where before they do anything against you because of that flashback, they have to act with desperation. So you already have that from Vason. If Vason wants to do something to you, got to act with desperation first and then do whatever that thing is. With that said, you choose 2, and there's only 2 left.
There's only 2
You want
options.
both?
I am correct about my accusation and admit that falsehood. I should be marking a condition.
No. So it's they either
Mhm.
mark a condition to avoid admitting the falsehood, or
Yes.
they admit the falsehood. Yeah.
I should be marking a condition for revealing the shocking truth.
You will need to do that. So for you, it is going to be driven. I think if you sorry, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yours is going to be righteous or raging. What do you think?
Righteous.
Cool. So that is +1 to demand what you deserve, but -2 to manipulate a superior. Hope a superior doesn't show up. Vason, would you like to admit your falsehood publicly in this
Fuck
moment?
no.
So you're gonna mark a condition.
Yeah.
So you're gonna mark
I was thinking
You already
hopeless.
hopeless. You read my mind. So +1 to spot something, -2 to accuse someone of lying. I'm gonna say, Fallon, do you want to bring it home just in the fiction? What exactly is the phrasing you're using for the lie accusation, building on what we saw in the flashback to reveal a shocking truth?
Yeah. I guess this is less of a lie, more of a blowing cover. Sorry, I'm just gonna find the character's full name. Vice.
Bison Joel Voss Normandy.
Vice and Joel Voss Normandy. Not only are you the Queen of Omega's bitch, you're whipped by the Shadow Broker. And she knows it. The dog that serves two masters dies pretty quickly. She wants you to choose.
Yes.
So, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm putting this on you, bro. This is...
Oh, you're good. You're good. This is. You...
I also think in that moment, Silaran would just kind of like casually drape herself over Garrus and go, "Oh, this one. Yes, I remember. This is the waitress who was forgotten. Yes, indeed."
As you say that, Ari, I am going to trigger Embrace Eternity. That was the other thing that brought us to $100. And two characters of my choice on one of the following: truth, spot something out of place; control, demand what you deserve; or visions, reveal a shocking truth. And that's my choice because the person who gave this money didn't pick. So guess what I'm going to pick, everybody? Two of you are going to get a 10+ on reveal a shocking truth. And the two of you that are going to get a 10+ on reveal a shocking truth are going to be Adi and Michael. So both of you are going to be able to reveal a shocking truth that will now be true in the world. What's going to happen is you choose two of these things. So you're going to pick another PC here, whoever you want, although Adi, I think you have your target probably. And you are going to reveal a shocking truth to the world. You got a 10+, so both of you are taking a condition right now, to be clear, right, from this. But the good news is you are going to set up staggering news that you either have two of these three: unequivocal evidence of shocking truth gives you the rightful claim to something they value, or you introduce a shocking new character who has your back. So that is the two of you. Ezra, I have a gift for you as well.
For me, you shouldn't have.
Yes. And that gift is going to be that your cover is blown
Oh, great.
by a space hamster.
Oh,
A space hamster crawls onto your shoulder and over your body and over your Shadow Broker friend. So I don't know how chill you are about hamsters, but I'm going to tell you right now that your Shadow Broker agent friend goes, ah, ah, ah! And now everybody knows that you're in the shadows there.
So do you remember
Waller-
5 seconds ago when I said you shouldn't have? I meant it. That was real.
So what would you like to do with that space hamster before I go to the others?
he is, I think, chill about the hamster on him. He understands that his
Cool.
shadow broker friend is not. So I think it is
Yeah.
this very quick, really? And then a shove of
Mhm.
shoving the agent out into the space and staying still where he is.
So you just took your maybe lover, shoved them right into the world, and decided to hide in the shadows. This is what I'm gonna say. That is strike out with voice or violence.
Fair.
So
I think
let's
that's
see.
fair.
Thank you. Are you taking advantage of your twin's reputation?
I'm gonna say the fact that I know this broker is because of my twin's reputation. So I think
I'll,
yes.
I'll take that. That's good as a +1. Have you caught this person off guard? I think you have. So that's 2.
Absolutely.
Have they just wronged you? I don't think you wronged them. So 2d6
They
plus
yelled.
2.
They yelled
Arguably,
out
they
loud while I
blew
was
their cover.
almost. They blew my cover.
Okay.
They
All right.
blew my
Okay.
cover.
I'll give you that. This is a charity stream. 2d6 plus 3. Go ahead and roll that. What do you got?
So does a 14 work, or is that?
Moisture, moisture.
Does a 25 hit your AC, motherfucker? Yeah, that's good. That's really good. All right. So on a hit, you strike lands and you each mark a condition, but you got a 10 plus, baby. So you may take something from them or avoid marking a condition. Which would you like?
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh,
It was so exciting. We lost
Did
Ezra to
oh
the-
no? Did the cat get the computer?
Maybe.
oh,
Maybe.
is that what happened?
That's fully
Wait.
possible. We're
Oh
gonna
shit!
pause
Computer
on that.
crash.
Oh my
Computer crash.
god!
Oh.
No worries. I'm letting them know when you're back. You get to take something or clear
Okay.
a condition. Take something from them or clear a condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the two of you who are with your shocking truths that you reveal. Who would like to go first?
Not me.
Cool, Adi. What's the shocking truth you'd like to reveal?
Wason Joel was Normandy was in fact not just a agent for the shadow broker, also for Cerberus, and also for the STG. There's just so much thirst for information that sometimes little people get drowned. So, and that piece of information has been revealed now, hasn't it, darling? Everybody knows that you're just an information whore.
So, unequivocal evidence that's true is what I'm understanding here. For your second part, do you want to take something do you want to assert a rightful claim to something they value, or do you want to introduce a shocking new character that backs up your claim?
Yeah, I think perhaps I don't need to already claim something which I already have. Armon Garrus, but the second would be just yeah. I think there's a whistling Solarian that walks in.
So you read my mind. You read my mind because
Morden.
as a this is also our something cool because I had it queued up for that. But yes, this is your thing.
God damn
You
it.
hear I can't whistle, so if it's okay, Adi, you hear just very low. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asarian, Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I'm an expert, which I know is a tautology. In 4 directions, Cardinal, I know a blot routinary. I problem solve with tools and guns, and even farm machinery. I perfectly recall your genome purine and pyrimidine. I'll diagnose the cause of every symptom you're exhibiting. He'll diagnose the cause of every symptom you're exhibiting. He'll diagnose the cause of every symptom you're exhibiting. He'll diagnose the cause of every symptom you're exhibiting. Archangel.
Beautiful.
Morden.
And
Morden.
yeah, Morden shows up. Morden, would you like to describe, since you summoned Morden onto this astral plane, would you like to describe Morden Solus for us?
Morden Solus is an elderly Solarian. He looks old. His skin is weathered, and one of his horns is kind of broken or not as prominent as the other horn. And he is, I think, would have a small, slight smirk on his face as he just kind of, comes up and stands behind Solaran.
He does, and this brilliant, fast-talking Solarian geneticist and former Special Task Group operative is intrigued. Now, I'm going to remind everybody above table that if you want to take control of this NPC, you need to do something to advance his plague research or to protect his clinic from mercenaries.
And in that moment, I would like to do the flashback,
Okay.
where I would have definitely had time to discuss bribing the what is it? What is that move? Sorry, bribing the
Oh, I see.
Bribing
so you
the
want to flash.
mercs?
So let's
Private mercs.
bribing
yeah,
the
bribing
mercs.
the marks. Yes.
So let's
yes.
do two things here. We got to do this in two phases. Flashback to preparations, and then assuming that goes well, you can bribe the mercs, which is going to be a custom play
Oh,
set.
there's not much preparation as much as it is a dance for Char Jogo. As I just suggest that my friend Morgan in the below decks needs a little help with his clinic, my dear. Would you and your lads be kind enough to help him?
I love that. So this is how that's going to go. And to explain the custom playset move to everybody here, this is plata or plomo. When you attempt to bribe a mercenary to look the other way, you roll with questions, and it's fine. We can hand wave the flashback to preparation since you're not going to give yourself a bonus off that. The going to your sheet. Are you the center of attention? I think in that moment you were, because you were speaking with these people. Also, in this moment where you're revealing a shocking truth, you absolutely are. So either way you look at it, that's +1. Are you offering them something truly worth dying for?
If it's for Char Jogal, of course.
Okay.
He would die for it.
And do you have the physical upper hand or a clear escape route if things go south? I don't think you necessarily have the physical upper hand, although you are quite powerful physically, like through your biotics and stuff.
I would have an escape route because at some point Char Jogal would have been trussed up like a turkey and tied up, so he wouldn't have had any chance to kind of do anything, I think.
Okay, that's super fair. So you're rolling with a +3. So roll me 2d6 +3. Let's see how Plata o Plomo goes for you.
That is a 10. Oh, yeah. 10.
Okay. On a 10 plus, you buy their absolute loyalty and silence for the night. So you don't have any of the nasty stuff that could have happened to you if you rolled anything other than a 10 plus. You fully were able to pull this off. And with that, I will say, go ahead and keep the stats on hand in front of you for your buddy Morden here, because you do have control over that NPC now, which means you have access to the move. When you process your feelings out loud to Morden, he offers a brutally logical, hyper-fast psychological analysis. Clear a condition, but the MC tells you a harsh, undeniable truth about your romantic entanglement. So, yes, go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes.
I think I actually did the hook for Arya earlier and didn't realize, because I brought her irrefutable proof of a rival faction's betrayal with the Ezo being missing.
You 100% did do that, so you do have control over Arya Talok.
Cool.
And it's good that you do, because you remember how I said that Morden was already my planned something cool? You remember how we hit $100?
Yeah.
And I said that at $100 we'd get something awesome? Michael, you remember that Omnitool you were wondering about?
Uh-huh.
It comes to life, and a holographic image of Arya Talok shows up and says, all of you children should know that nothing happens in Omega that I don't know about. Even those of you who were lying about me having set up this meeting, and yes, I heard all of what you all said, we're telling the truth. Because whether you knew it or not, you're here, all of you. You too, Foos. Because of me. And now Arya Talok is not physically in the scene, but is in the scene. And you are able to use Arya's move, if you'd like, which, so that everybody knows, is when you manipulate a superior by casually mentioning you have Arya Talok's backing, which you could have done without her there anyway, you must ask the question, does this person fear Arya more than they hate you? If yes, take a +1 to the roll. On a 10+, you get exactly what you want without them asking for anything in return, but Arya will eventually collect on the favor.
I would like, you know what? I'll hold that for another episode. I would, however, like to, since we're preparing things retroactively, can I also flash back to preparations?
You can 100% flash back to preparations. To explain to the audience, when you flash back to a time you made preparations, roll with questions. First question for you is going to be, are you in over your head?
This time, no.
Okay. Are you offering something? Nope, sorry, looking at the wrong one. Did you have plenty of time to do it?
Yes.
Cool. Did you have someone looking out for trouble?
Yes.
Who?
Oh. A lovely brother.
Okay, so that's going to be 2d6 plus 2. Go ahead and roll that and hold it for a second while I go to your lovely co-conspirator. You still need to decide whether you are going to take something from the Shadow Broker agent.
From my friend, right?
Yeah, from your friend, or if you are going to, what was the other thing? You avoid a condition, I think is what I said it was.
It was like erase a condition or
Erase
take
a
something.
condition. There it is.
I want to take something. I want access, or some form of access that they would have directly to the Shadow Broker. So if there's a way that they can get in contact, either an Omni tool that connects to them, or some way that they can go higher up, I want that.
Okay. You are able to find an item on this person that allows you to do that. And what you find on your on this person, is going to be the name of a rogue specter. Televasir.
What?
And a way to contact them. Yeah. So you've got that banked there. I did want to, before we come back to your old Derek Mike, you got anything for that? You got anything for that? Reveal a shocking truth.
I think so. I think I've got a shocking truth about Solarin.
Okay, what do you got?
So, there was a time a few months ago, after one of my poorly chosen attempts to bust down the Blue Sun door, where they were nursing me back to health, bandaging my wounds, and we were drinking and talking. And they revealed to me their true, unfiltered feelings about Kavira.
What were those feelings?
If it's okay, they are truly, deeply in love, but terrified.
I love that.
And I have
That's such an
unequivocal,
sorry answer.
unequivocal evidence because I know that in a secret drawer in their dresser there is a photo.
That's beautiful. I love that too. I will say you got a 10 plus, so not only do you have unequivocal evidence, you can either have this give you a rightful claim to something they value, or you can introduce a shocking new character who has your back. If you want, you can take a minute to determine which one of those that you want.
Yeah.
Derek, how's your roll?
How's a 12?
A 12 is good. A 12 worked.
Does a 32 hit?
Does a 32 hit? Okay, so you rolled a 12. So I'm sorry. Remind me what we were rolling.
Flashback to preparations.
Right. Perfect. Thank you. So okay. So on a 12, on a hit, you choose one. You don't have to worry about the rest of this. So you get to pick one of these. You have fabricated a piece of evidence. Tell us what it is. You arranged somebody to be in the right place at the right time, or you stowed away something hidden.
Hey, so I have a quick question. Where we are, can we see any of the Blue Sun's docks?
Yeah, 100%.
I stowed away a bomb on one of their ships.
I knew there was to be a bomb.
And right now, from my pocket, I pull out the detonation device. As Solarin is saying all of my truths, I pull it out and I click the button, and the bombs go off to where Garrus can see them.
Okay.
Which is Garrus's hook.
Yeah. It is. So now you're able to get Garrus. Garrus is yours. You have control over Garrus as an NPC. This is what I will say. Michael, do you have a selection for your second choice there?
Yeah, I'm gonna take something rifle claim, something they value. Loyalty.
Okay. Loyalty. I love that. Taking away that loyalty, and now it is yours. Fallon, I believe I saw you indicating before you might want to do something. Am I right about that?
I might have been chewing my thumb, but I don't think I was.
Copy.
My bad.
Don't worry about it. Then I have one last thing, friends. A bomb just went off. Arya Talok is watching over all of you, looming kind of large in this hologram of herself. You see various members of various factions, now that the Blue Sun ship exploded, moving about in the general vicinity. Your cover for this meeting is overall blown, and we didn't establish how far away this bomb was from where you are.
And I still have an act with desperation from what Kopriva did.
So here's the great thing about that, especially if you're going to move in any direction that relates to Kopriva. I'm going to make a hard move right now, because I think that's fun. All of you are going to face certain death. So when you face certain...
I immediately blocked for
I love
Kopriva.
that. That's beautiful. So Kopriva, you don't have to roll face certain death. Remind me how block works. Read it out. Or I can find it if it's out.
Move to exactly where you need to be to protect them before anyone can interfere. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So you are going to, for your protection, we'll spend that to hold in a scene. Okay. So you are going to watch right now,
Push him out
Fallon,
of the radius.
while
Something.
while
Cover
yeah,
with my
while
body.
Steven pushes you out of the way. Remind me, Stefania's here, right? You brought her too?
She
Or
should be,
no?
yeah.
Yeah, she should be
She's here.
here.
So Stefania is
Has
going
she
to
made it
call
yet?
out. Yeah, no, I think she's there.
were-
I think she's
yeah.
there because she sees you do that and she calls out "No" and reaches out with her biotic powers to try to pull you out of the way. We're going to see how that ends up going. I am going to let you do one final roll, Fallon, if you want. You get to decide what it is in that context. Everybody else, roll me face certain death. You roll with conditions marked, which means the number of conditions marked is the modifiers that you have. So you'll roll 2d6 plus however many conditions you have. You're going to tell me what that is when I get to you. On a miss, your death was less certain than we thought. Tell us about your daring escape. On a 7 and 9, you choose one from the list. On a 10 plus, the audience chooses one from the list. And at a game level, the audience means the other players at the table. When an option is chosen, it's crossed off, and nobody may choose it again. So we're about to do a lot of list crossing, everybody. Who wants to go first? Go ahead. Roll me 2d6. How many conditions do you
I have two conditions.
What can
2d6 plus 2. What's up?
What condition did you want me to mark for the truth?
You are going to need.
What condition do you want me to mark?
I'll look right now. You are going to need.
I have engrossed.
Yeah, you have engrossed. I'm gonna say vicious. Give me vicious. Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you get there?
This is the first time I've ever been happy to roll low. I rolled two ones, so a 4.
Okay. So describe how your death was less certain than we thought.
I think when this explosion happens and everything starts going down, there is a smoke screen as it comes up, and you can see like the biotic shields through it as people are moving and everything like that, but there's the clamoring of feet and like the noise of surprise of somebody being picked up as when the smoke settles. Vicen and Garrus are not there.
Okay. I will say Vicen and Garrus are not there, but I'm not guaranteeing where Garrus is.
That's
yet.
fine.
We're going to see how everybody turns
Yeah.
out. Love that. And we're crossing. Well, actually, we don't have to cross anything out there because you missed. Who wants to go next?
I rolled an
Go
8.
for it. Okay, so you get to choose one from the list. Which one do you want to choose? To read it out to everybody so we know, someone you choose saves you just in time. Take a distinctive but sexy scar. Gain a permanent debility like a limp or an eye patch. Become a twisted, evil version of yourself. Suffer amnesia. Return with a new face. Wind up in a possibly long-term coma. Or wind up actually dead, which never gets crossed out. It can always be chosen.
I'm going to take a distinctive but sexy scar because, like, there is a biotic shield that comes up, but before it comes up, one piece of shrapnel went and cut the other cheekbone. So it's like two almost symmetrical scars on her cheekbones that just highlight how sharp they are.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. Please note in our chat that we need to cross that off. Who wants to go next? Go for it.
I've got a +1 because I got one condition. Ooh, that's an 8.
Okay, so once again, you're going to be able to choose which one you take, but you can't take a distinctive but sexy scar. Which one would you like?
Someone that I choose saves me just in time.
Someone who are you going to choose?
Because it's funny, the agent that I pushed out into the group.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. That agent saves you, pulling you into the shadows, and before you know it, the two of you disappear. How? Tune in next time. Who would like to go next?
I guess that's me.
Go for it.
Conditions for that's an 8.
Perfect. By the way, Ezra, please put in our chat that we marked off someone you choose saves you just in time. All right. Not counting the distinctive scar or somebody saving you, which of these would you like to choose?
I'm gonna go with gain of permanent debility.
Okay. What would you like it to be?
We're gonna go with I like eye patch.
Cool. You got shot in the eye before your sister pulled you with her biotics out of the way. It was a graze essentially, so it's not like it went into the brain, but it did mess up your eye enough that now you are going to have an eye patch. Really good choice. Fallon, what would you like
Hey.
your last move? of
My
this
last
episode?
move. I would like to take a moment in the crossfire.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead and let's talk about what that is. Taking
Yeah.
a moment in the crossfire is when you seek refuge with a lover in the middle of a mercenary fight. Roll with questions. Describe to me first what you'd like to do at the level of the narrative, and then we will.
Yeah, narrative
resolve
level.
this.
Steve, my mensch, my guy, pushes me out of the way, and part of biotics is making use of the momentum that you have. So, as that happens, Kopriva just takes that momentum, reincorporates it. Her feet glow, and she kind of like skates towards Silarin, and she spins into and like incorporates that biotic shield that Silarin brought up, brings her into it, reinforces it, and they like jet off in a doubled up shield. I think Kopriva is truly loyal to Silarin.
Love that. So that's a +1 there. Is the location you're hiding in completely cut off from the rest of the station?
It is by bubbles, but it's not by sight lines, so I don't think so.
I'm happy to take that as a no, but we do still need to ask your playbook question, which is, are you taking control of the situation? And I believe you are. So that's a 2d6 +2.
Beautiful. Hey, that's the 13.
Okay. On a hit, you find a moment of peace amid the chaos, and you may immediately express your love passionately without fear of interruption. Which means that you don't have to roll for this. Both of you, the way I'm ruling this right now, both of you express your love passionately. On a hit, your target gives themselves to you or reveals a secret they probably shouldn't. So the two of you are able to do that. What would you like to do?
Kopriva is going to lightly touch the new scar that's going to form, and she's going to look Silarin in the eyes, say, "Look at me. I am the only one allowed to leave a mark on you. If you die before me, I will never forgive you. All you have to do is survive a few more years before I'm out. Can you promise me that?"
Just sweep me off and kiss me already, you stupid man.
Yeah, she does.
woman.
And as the two of you kiss, the credits roll, and another episode of, I have to say this right, another episode of Commander Shepard's favorite telenovela in the Citadel, Corazon de Omega, has come to a close. We are about to raid out to some of our friends in the Streamathon, so we're going to do the fastest round of outros you ever ding-dang saw. Everybody just give us your name, give us the name of your character, tell us one place that you can go, popcorn it to the next. Lightning round. Let's go to Derek first.
Oh, you went to the fastest talking person here. Okay. We're going to test this because I'm from Jersey. Ready? Hey everybody, I'm Derek. I use they, Z, and he pronouns. I've been Vice and Joel Voss Normandy, who uses he, they pronouns on this wonderful telenovela episode. You can find me on the interwebs at Derek Does RP. That's DERRYKDOESRP, or roleplay. I'm not going to spell it for you because we play TTRPGs and you should know how to spell it. You can also find me under the guise of Queers and Spheres, which is the YouTube we are on right now, and my own personal baby AP that's been around for 4 years come this July, where I pick up rocks and throw them at my players and see what they do about it. And that is my entire spiel that I always do in I don't know how long. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Adi.
Hello, people of the internet. I'm Adi MK. I go by Fab he him, and I had a lot of fun playing Solarin this year. Yeah, you can find me at Adi MK on Blue Sky and on YouTube, and you can find me at Manyface Plays on Twitch, and hopefully soon on Blue Sky as well. Um, yeah, that's me for tonight. I will popcorn it over to Michael.
Hello, yes, I am Michael. I have been Stephen Ramos. Both of us are he, him. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Sub-Zero Jalapeno. Let's pop it over to Fallon.
Awesome. I'm Fallon. My pronouns are she, her. I've been playing Kopra Vachayada, whose pronouns are also she, her. You cannot find me on social media, but you can find me in the memory you have of playing D&D in the basement with your friends. I will pass it along to Ezra.
Yo, I'm Ezra. I've been Fusrami, Nartisleia. You can find me everywhere the internet is at RatBoyGM. That's boy with an I, not a Y, because we're cool like that, and that's my entire rant. So I'm going to pass it back over to our lovely, lovely storyteller. Go on, Danny.
Thank you so much. I'm really grateful for that. Grateful to all of you. Grateful to all of you who's been watching with us. Grateful to Jess. Grateful to Charity TRPGs. Grateful to Streamers Without Borders. And most importantly, to Doctors Without Borders and the work that Doctors Without Borders is doing for Palestinian aid. I'm Danny Mendoza, he, him, Danny R. Mendoza. Everywhere in the internet, Blue Sky's a good place to follow me. We're going to raid out right now on this raid-a-thon, so please stick around for that as we raid our friends over at Harlequin's Hollowed Earth. They're going to be putting on a fantastic game for us. They're going to be playing The Trial of the Ninepence None the Wiser, a charity TRPG stream benefiting Doctors Without Borders. Stick around. That I don't lose the people, and technically we don't lose the thing, and all. Hey everybody, guess what? We are not the people who we said we were going to be, because we are not Harlequin's Hallowed Earth. We are going to continue this raid-a-thon while some technical stuff gets worked out, and in the meantime, you're going to get a little bit of extra goodness here from Corazon de Omega. This is going to be what I'm going to call next time on. So formally speaking, there is not a next time on function in the game, but you know what? We're here to improvise and support each other, and in support of the entire raid-a-thon that we're doing, there's going to be a next time on now. So would anyone here like to volunteer to reskin some of these last time ons into next time ons? Go ahead. I see you, Derek, first.
I'm going to do, where's my thing? I'm gonna do tell a dear friend a secret that should have stayed undisclosed.
Okay.
As we are pulled out of the smoke screen, I am running with, I was the one that got picked up. It was Garrus that picked me up and started running. And as we get to a safe spot, which is deeper in the tunnels where the Vorcha live in the slums, I turn to Garrus and say, so you heard the truth. I am working for multiple organizations. Shepard is not dead.
What do you mean?
Cerberus found his body.
what did they do with his body?
Brought him back to life.
I think we cut away from that one there. And who wants to go next? That's really good. I will pick people. I will say the benevolent powers of the MC can cut in both directions.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go next.
Go for it.
I think this is a moment after the initial breakaway. We get a little bit later. And I would like a moment with Vyson.
Okay.
Go for it.
So we both work for the same person.
Oh,
You didn't want to tell me?
the Shadow Broker?
Oh, you didn't want to tell me?
Work for is
Okay.
a light term. Friends, I would more describe it as.
You didn't want to tell me?
No, where's the fun in that? You like learning secrets, don't you?
I like learning yours.
I think on that, we close that. And I just got notice that our friends at Harlequins are up and running. The tech issue has been thankfully worked out. So we got a couple of next time ons. If you liked next time on, tell us. And maybe we'll do more of that in the future. But in the meantime, stick around for us to raid Harlequin's Hallowed Earth for the trial of the Ninepence None the Wiser. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you soon. Stick around.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. So we're back. We're back on for now. We are battling tech gremlins, the real BBEG, alongside scheduling, right? For everything that we do here in the TTRPG space. So in the interim, those of us who are still here, would anybody else like to do a next time on? We will be holding here either way, and we will be taking requests from the audience. So if we don't do it next time on, those of you who are in chat can ask for something that you want us to do on screen, and if you're cool about it and it's not a weird thing you're asking us to do, maybe we'll do it. Anybody wants to do anything?
Yeah.
I think Saladin would at some point have made a contract with somebody, and there would have been a very elaborate and flourishing move of her hand when she signs with her thumb on the datapad, and then she would look up at a screen and just say, "It is done. I expect my payment."
I love that. What about our other two that we haven't heard from yet? Either of you have a next time on, reskin the last time on that you're interested in? You can pick from the playset ones, or you can pick from your own, or you can make something up if it feels better based on what happened in the session.
Yeah, I think this is something I'm going to make up, but an intimate scene.
Okay, let me check.
If you want, while they're doing that, go ahead and give us that intimate
Yeah,
scene.
for sure. Intimate scene between Kopriva and Silarin, where Silarin takes off the skin-tight hard suit from the back, and it's just a quick image reveal. The crimson of her breathing gills on her back, down her armpits, that bit of her that is normally wrapped up tight, it's not just crimson because she's to a degree has albinism to a degree. It's also crimson because they're always ragged. These hydration storing organs on a healthy Drell would not look like this. It is the reveal of diseased flesh, the stuff that is not rotting, but it's not in a healthy state. It's Kopriva at her barest and most vulnerable.
That sounds beautiful, and I'd love to see the episode that's a part of. Michael, you got something for our now eye patch wearing
Yeah.
Steven?
I think it's probably the next couple of days when presumably Solus's clinic, where he's still got the full bandage, and he's there with Stefania. I need you to not live my life.
I'm not trying to live your life. I'm trying to live my life.
So many bad choices, and I see you doing the same. I need to know you're safe before I'm gone. Don't have a lot of time.
I still have both of my eyes, so I'm pretty sure that of the two of us, my judgment is the one that we might want to be listening to. Why did you throw yourself in front of them?
They are my friend.
In Omega, you don't have friends. And there, we're going to come to a close on those next time ons. This is what we're going to do, friends. We're going to see if the tech gremlins are nice to us, because I just got a note saying that they think it's fixed now. So we're going to try to raid out. If we aren't able to raid out, what we're going to do instead is I am going to provide a litany of, let's call them interesting, one might say punishing, who knows, next time ons that I have come up with for our cast.
Wow!
The longer these gremlins go, the more
leave
complications.
Gremlins,
will be our
please!
cast.
Oh no! Oh no!
So let's find out together, everybody. Maybe
Yes! It went through.
Bye.
Bye for real, y'all!
bye for real.
God bless.